Okarinasan minasan, today we have a new Godzilla Minus One trailer to enjoy. Let us go watch it in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Boom. Okay. What is that? We need to watch this trailer scene by scene, man. That's scary, man. Okay, let us just hear the sound of the roar once again, just to, you know, get excited for the roar for one more time. 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's not that bad. I think the how do I say, the roar of Godzilla in this movie, maybe my sound system is not able to create all the bass and all those stuff. It maybe is also due to like the website. When you upload a video to YouTube and all those stuff, the quality is gonna drop by a lot. So maybe there's also the reason. But like when I hear the roar, I don't really felt the oomph of the Godzilla roar. So maybe when you watch it in cinema, it is gonna be really insane. Me personally, I would definitely check this movie out in IMAX because I think it is gonna be a beauty. This movie looks really beautiful, and I absolutely love how they actually approach the movie itself. And for those who doesn't know what is Godzilla Minus One, this is a new Godzilla movie. It is a reboot of the series. It is not connected to Shin Godzilla. It is not connected to any past Godzilla film that Japan has made before. So this is a new one, totally separate from any other previous work. So hopefully this is gonna be a beginning of Godzilla multiverse of madness in the Japan film, something like that. Because one thing that I really want is to get to see more Godzilla film that is gonna come from Japan rather than just the US. But then again, it really depends on how well does Godzilla Minus One actually do in the box office as well. Another thing is also, I think the way they go about to approach the story of Godzilla Minus One is not very suitable for a kind of like a sequel or to portray Godzilla as kind of like the savior of the world or something like that. If they really want to do Godzilla Minus One second movie or something like that, I'm not sure how the movie is gonna end. If Godzilla did survive, one thing that they can do is to create kind of like a new mecha Godzilla to fight with this Godzilla itself. So I'm not sure how things are gonna go, but that is really interesting. But with that being said, let us take a look at the trailer scene by scene to figure out a few interesting shots from the trailer. Okay, so start off, we got this amazing shot of the Godzilla leg. And not gonna lie, when I actually saw this leg, I don't think this is like fully CG scene, okay? Like maybe the rubble is CG, but Godzilla leg might be, you know, practical, but then again, I could be wrong. And if you actually take a look at Godzilla leg here, you can actually see that it is very scaly. It kind of like reminded me of fish scale or kind of like a dragon scale or something like that. So this they're definitely leaning more towards like how Godzilla is kind of like has a layer of armor surrounding it, and you can almost felt it almost felt like it is shading skin. Godzilla actually sheds skin over the year. It is a lizard. At the end of the day, it's a lizard, and lizards do actually shed their skin every single year. And it almost made me felt like the way we are seeing how there's like each layer of the leg itself, like to actually see, we can actually see from the front leg here, you will actually see that there's like a layer of skin. It almost kind of like telling us that this Godzilla is actually like every year is gonna shed its skin, and we are gonna see a new layer on top. And that is what makes it so, not gonna lie, it looks a little bit disgusting for my tasting, and it really made me feel like kind of thing, you know. So it is disgusting, but then again, that is part of the magic of Godzilla as well, to make you feel a little bit disgusted. And you can actually see like almost like, let me just move my camera so I can point to you, like this part of the Godzilla leg thing, it looked like it's kind of like a dead skin hanging around, something like that. But then again, I could be wrong, okay? Like, that is just my thought on the overall aesthetic of the leg, okay? I don't have a leg fetish, don't get me wrong, but this is... let me just move on before you guys think that I'm weird, okay? Next, so the post-war Japan. So this is after World War II, so all of us know how does the war actually ended. If you pay attention in history class, US dropped a bomb, 2 bombs on Japan, and they went from, I don't know, went from 1 to 0, and now they are gonna become -1 because of Godzilla, okay? So that is how the title Godzilla Minus One actually came from, because it went from 0 to minus. So we actually get to see this shot multiple times already, like the tail swinging, hit the building, you see a lot of people running, and the building just clash, something like that. So this is... Humans are definitely real, so they are recorded in a blue screen or a green screen. They are basically running away from nothing, and the rubble are all CG, and then that is... You will actually see like when the rubble is like hitting the people is actually just running away. Like, the people is not actually really affected by the rubble, because they are not sure what is gonna happen in the scene. They are just ordered to run, and it makes sense, okay? Like, in production, it's very hard for you to clearly clearly knows how the CG is gonna go. So the CG rubble strike in and create a tons of smoke to give you the idea that people died because of the rubble. And then immediately we cut to a kind of like a helicopter scene. We get to see Godzilla doesn't care about the building at all, and he just walk wherever he wants. And the way Godzilla stands right now is like the leg is like close together, something like that. So yeah, it doesn't feel like this Godzilla is as agile as the one that we saw in the monster universe, something like that. So this is gonna be really different type of Godzilla. It looks a little bit different from Shin Godzilla as well, like the way the leg actually, the leg looks very close to one another. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just that particular shot, okay? But at least the hands of the Godzilla is not like tiny little T-Rex hand, just like Shin Godzilla. At least this Godzilla actually have like normal size hand, so that is good. Next, we get to see more tail whip from Godzilla, and the tail. I think this tail, after Shin Godzilla, I think they actually realized that the tail of Godzilla can actually be used more in a lot of different scenes. Is actually kind of like a menace, a weapon of Godzilla as well. So they are playing a lot on the tail recently, and I don't think in the previous Godzilla film we actually get to see a lot of Godzilla like flipping the tail around. Partly is because last time Godzilla used to be kind of like a suit worn by real humans, so you can't really like control the tail a lot. But right now it is a CG Godzilla. The tail definitely is able to do a lot more things in the movie itself. Okay, next we get to see this is the shot that really gets me in the trailer, because I was like trying to pay close attention to what this could actually be. At first I thought that it might actually be the kind of like the head of Godzilla, but it is too thin to be the head of Godzilla. So this is actually the tail of Godzilla. And if you actually take a look at the patterns of the dorsal plate after it actually came out, like the design of this dorsal plate actually looks very similar to the design that we actually got from the US version of Godzilla, the Monster vs Godzilla itself. And I actually quite like the design, not gonna lie. I don't mind that it looks similar and it looks amazing, okay? Like and we actually get to see like the dorsal plate is able to kind of like came out of Godzilla. Maybe this is like him trying to charge up his breath or something like that. I'm not sure whether or not the tail is able to shoot some laser just like Shin Godzilla, but hopefully not, okay? Hopefully not. From 0 to minus, that is insane. And then we get to see some more actors, right? I think this is the two main character that we're gonna follow in the series. And next, yep, you get a full shot of Godzilla. Looks amazing. The dorsal plate is, decent, I would say. I'm not sure what is a good Godzilla design, okay, but it looks terrifying. And yeah, so he's moving around in this huge shot. He looks very, very decently sized, okay, like he's doing a lot of T-Rex hand movement, something like that, so that is good. Let's get to see the military. I think this is the military, or maybe not, maybe could actually be just some sailor, something like that. And I think that is gonna be the first time we actually get to see Godzilla on film. Let's get to see more crowd shot, and then yeah, just normal stuff. This is interesting because we finally get to see Godzilla lighting up with blue color thing. So I think this is when he is gonna charge up his dorsal plate or something like that. Not sure how, but we get to see some more characters that is gonna be in the movie itself, and get to see the this is not gonna lie, pretty scary if you actually get to see kind of like a Godzilla head just floating on the water surface, like rushing towards you. You're gonna get nightmare, man. Like, you are really gonna get nightmare, because like us human, when we actually see kind of like shark fin and it, like swimming towards us, we already is gonna pee our pants. And what about when you see a Godzilla, especially a Godzilla sized head like rushing towards you? It's kind of like, think about when you play God of War and you get to see the serpent's head kind of like coming out from the water. It's the same thing. You're gonna lose your shit. You're gonna pee your pants. Okay, so that is really, really scary as well. But I think this, we get to see them shooting gun at Godzilla, and we finally get to see his face, a frontal shot of Godzilla. A lot of people actually say that the Godzilla is not gonna have a lot of human looking like nature on his face itself, but when I look at this Godzilla face, immediately the first thing that I thought of is actually like this Godzilla is just smiling, okay, like it's like Godzilla is like, it's like both angry and smiling at the same time, like I'm gonna eat you up or something like that. But it looks really, really good. I love the face actually looks a little bit short and rounded. It's more definitely not as protrude as the one that we saw from the MonsterVerse Godzilla, but it is still okay. Okay, I quite like it. I quite like it. It's definitely a unique design, especially like the way the forehead actually goes. It looks very, I don't know, uniform or something like that. It's definitely a different design from what we used to. Okay, this is the Raw that we actually rewatched a couple of times. Hopefully the plot is gonna make sense. I mean, like, it's not gonna make sense no matter how you look at it. This is a Godzilla movie, man. Like, how can it make sense? The plot would never make sense. But then again, I am actually thinking like, maybe like, how are they gonna explain the plot? Because they got hit by nuclear, and then I think it is because of the nuclear that the Godzilla actually got mutated, something like that. So, but then again, it doesn't make sense also, okay? Because if that is the case, like the mutation is too fast, okay? It's too fast, and Shin Godzilla actually kind of like answer this question, like the mutation part. We actually get to see Godzilla slowly mutated into the final form that we got in Shin Godzilla. But this Godzilla doesn't seem like he is mutating in the movie itself, so it is already that size when we actually saw him. So maybe because of the nuclear attack on Japan after World War II, that is the reason why, that is like what causes awoken a slumbering dragon, a slumbering Godzilla from the ground up, something like that. Okay, so that could also be the case and how the story is gonna go. But then again, I'm not sure. And for the release date, okay, it's very, very questionable on how when are we gonna actually gonna get Godzilla Minus One? In Japan, they're gonna release the movie on the 36th Tokyo Film Festival on the 1st of November, and then on 3rd of November Japan is gonna get the nationwide release for Japan only, and then on the 1st of December it is gonna get released on the US market itself. So I'm not sure when is it gonna reach the rest of the world. Maybe together like US, we are gonna wait for 1 month after Japan has already watched it. So if you follow a lot of Japanese YouTuber and all those stuff and you don't want spoiler, maybe try to avoid them. Like, try not to, stay away, okay? Stay away from Godzilla news if you don't like spoilers. But I think Godzilla film, even if there's spoiler, it doesn't really matter. I think you can still enjoy the movie even though you know what is gonna happen, because I think a Godzilla film, you enjoy it for the spectacle, what is the right word? I am the for the feels, okay? It's like not really for the story, how good the story actually is and all those stuff. So I think Godzilla Minus One is gonna be amazing. I am excited for the movie. But that is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.